On this episode of Playlog, Tofr is going to be quizzing me on how well I know the Metacritic scores for a bunch of indie games. I drank my Gatorade starting the episode and I fucked it up. Hey everybody, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast we talk all things indie gaming, but of course, I can't talk indie games alone because that's so boring. So, I've got my partner in crime, the play.nice.kids themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie?
I'm doing okay. How have you been this week?
Been solid. We've been busy. I feel like I just got a list of games that I have to play, and then I play one of them and then none of them, and then it's more rivals.
Okay,
we lose sleep.
Yeah, I get that. Like, it's a busy time. April has been insane, right?
Yeah,
for releases,
so much. So. And like, I'm behind on my converting my April releases videos into shorts, where I have them all sitting in like a Premiere file, where I'm like, I've created the captions, I have to fix all the ones they say wrong because indie games use weird words / Danny talks fast. So like, I did the one for Cthulhu yesterday, and every time I said Cthulhu, it changed it to like I was like, why is that what you thought I said? That's not what I said. So I had to, every time it was Cthulhu, I had to go change it to, or change to Cthulhu multiple times. But then I said, like, I think it's Chthontic chanting, like Cthulhu chant. I don't know how you pronounce the word, but I said that and I forget what it even, but it was like not even close. Then I had to go double check. I'm like, how do I spell this word? Okay, fix it. So, you know, auto captions, man. Sometimes they're great, but when you talk fast like me and you say random shit, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I get that. But because like I slur my speech a little. Yeah. Especially because English is my first language.
Yeah.
But when I see what the auto prompt come up with, it's like that's not what I said at all.
Those aren't my words.
Appreciate the effort. I appreciate the effort.
Sorry, chat video watchers, I'm stripping for you.
Oh hell yeah!
Now you get to look at my buddy Tom Nook. Bro, that's how you listen, chat. I'll tell you this. My shirts don't fit anymore, and that's great. They're so fucking big.
That's great.
I need new shirts.
Really great.
Shirts are expensive. But I'm not going to get rid of my old shirts because I like them. They might have to listen. I'm not one for the sleeveless thing, like normally. But like, you know, maybe not, you know, maybe we get, oh my God, look at that shit. Ooh. Maybe we start. Because I was like, you know, we're rambling here, but we're in the episode. We're doing the damn thing. I've been playing South of Midnight. Not really indie, but indie legacy. You know, we're AAA now because Xbox. But I was playing last night, and I love Hazel's fit. She has like the black tank top underneath, orange shirt with the cutoff sleeves, like tattered jeans, and like hoodie around the waist. I'm like, gender bent Hazel cosplay? Question mark. Maybe. I think it could be fun. I think it'd be fun to do. It'd be fun. Have to get the logo for her shirt. I have not found a clean image of it yet. And then she also has a logo on her hoodie that I think I would have to like, I might have to recreate that one. But she has one of those like windbreakers. I'm like, I'm not going to screen print a logo on that. That seems expensive. But also, maybe. I just bug my sister with a Cricut. Be like, hey, can I get you to make these two things? I get an orange shirt from Michael's, cut off the sleeves. I don't know what I'm going to do about the hair. She got, you know, the braids and everything going on. I'm like, ooh, do I invest in a wig? But like, maybe just do the bald. The bald might just work. You know,
it might.
Or if I can get someone to do like little, not like big, but like just, that might look really stupid. I was like, little braids in the beard might be like the move. I don't know. Might be fun. But I digress. Look forward to a potential Hazel gender bent cosplay. I think it'll be fun. But anyway, guys, we have a lot of quick housekeeping, so stick with me on this because we got a lot to go through. Tofr, if you need a potty break, now's the time.
Okay.
Quick reminder, if you enjoy Fallout and tabletop RPGs, then boy do we have the show for you. Sunday nights we'll be streaming our new series Fallout 313, run by the astonishing LB Hackemup. Fallout 313 is a role-playing adventure using the Modiphius system that's all about rolling not one but two D20s. I'm playing Finn, the very intelligent super mutant who's far too gentle for his own good and just wants to sniff some flowers. You can watch the first 5 sessions on the Hack Recklessly YouTube channel right now, which is youtube.com/@hackrecklessly, and then join us Sunday night for our finale. Our episode 6 is this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly. That is HACKRECKLESSLY. I know LB has a few other series coming up that I don't know have been announced, so that's not my place to say, but they do TTRPGs on Sunday nights, and nights they aren't. Usually it's Repo, Rival, something to the effect. So I love playing in LB's world so far. She does a great, you've been watching and keeping up, but they don't show for the audience, but we get these really cool, like, Fallout inspired visuals where like we get the notes that pop up on the monitors. She gets other TTRPG friends to like record audio logs that play for us through Roll20 and everything. It's really cool. She's killing it with all the shit she's got. Absolutely adore it. So please go check out Fallout 313, leave a nice and lovely comment, and catch us Sunday night for the grand finale and see if we can do whatever the Great Dane sent us out to do. Whew, another quick reminder. I was invited by Dave Jackson to join Tales of the that's completely wrong. I was invited by Dave Jackson onto the Tales from the Backlog podcast to talk about Wanderstop with our buddy Matt Storm from Fun and Games podcast. We talk all about our favorite characters, our favorite teas, and why we felt attacked as people. You can watch that episode right now on YouTube and your favorite podcast services. Another fun time. Matt and I have randomly been brought onto the same podcast multiple times this month. We're going to see if it happens again anytime soon, but I love Matt. Matt's great.
Does it feature another Boro cosplay?
It does. It's not as, we didn't really put in the effort this time. I left the butterfly in the laundry room this time, but it's, and it's funny because I don't think we even mention it. I'm in the cosplay. We just do the episode. There is no discussion of it. I think I'm just there.
Amazing.
But yeah, I got the apron. I got the white collared shirt and stuff. So, if you want to see Boro talk about Boro, it's over there. Just a much more melanated Boro. Yet another quick reminder. Are you going to be in Boston for PAX East May 8th to the 11th? Well, so am I. I'll be attending PAX East again as a content creator, excited to play some games, talk to developers, and meet more internet friends. I'll be all around the show floor throughout the weekend, as well as taking part in the Video Game Trivia Reloaded panel hosted by Jacob McCourt, who just cannot get enough of me. The panel also features guests like Dave Jackson from Tales from the Backlog, and last year's DS panel, Trina Smith from Gamerhead Podcast, Dan Colonna, aka Dan O'Mac, Lightweight Gaming from the Trophy Room Podcast, and Steve Saylor, the blind gamer himself. This panel will be Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will not be streamed, but Jacob is recording the entire thing and it will be on YouTube a few days after PAX ends. So if you're at PAX, you want to show up and talk to me about your games or just chat, come find me. That's all. You don't gotta be creepy this time. And our last quick reminder, as part of our podcast, we'll be doing our monthly book club. We go back and replay some indie classics or finally get around to some modern indies that we just haven't played yet. And for the month of April, we'll be playing Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, made by developers behind the excellent Sayonara Wild Hearts. The game is a puzzle adventure in which you play as a woman who has been summoned by the eccentric man to participate in a project in an old hotel somewhere in Central Europe. Fall down the rabbit hole in a non-linear mystery with an immense amount of handcrafted puzzles and decipher the enigma of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Play the game this week on Steam, Switch, or PlayStation, then head over to our write-in form in the description to give us your thoughts on Lorelei and the Laser Eyes for next week's episode of Playlog Podcast on April 22nd. You can join us live on twitch.tv/CGDannyB for the discussion, or watch the episode a few days later on Thursday on youtube.com/CGDannyB or your favorite audio podcast service.
And breathe.
Timestamp. Oh boy. Chat. We don't usually do the writing questions. Sometimes we come up with some good ones. And today, I had one that felt not relevant, but important. I feel like as a world, we need to discuss the importance of this topic. But Tofr, friend of mine, her name's Sarah, she sent me an Instagram reel today. And I don't know how familiar the audience is with Kenny Brook and Jubal show. I still to this day don't even know if it's a real radio show. It could easily just be something that's just recorded for Instagram and TikToks. It just exists. I've never listened to it. I don't know. I only get the short forms. But they do a segment which is a double date something or other, where basically two people went on a date. The one person ghosted them. So the person who got ghosted goes to the show and says, hey, I talked to this person. They stopped responding to me. And I want to know what's up. So the show keeps the person on the line, calls to the person who ghosted, and says, hey, we heard about your date with such and such the other day. We want to know what went wrong. They let the person explain, like, here's what happened, blah, 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 blah. Then the person who got ghosted comes in, says, hey, I didn't even do that. Like, it wasn't even that bad. And then they decide if they go on another date or not. Usually it's not. The reason I don't believe it's real is I don't answer my phone for any number I don't recognize. So I don't believe anybody on the show is actually answering their phone when they're getting a call from a random radio show. But
I'm hoping that it's not real, because I've heard some stories from that show and I'm like, Jesus Christ, are people really like this?
Some people gotta be. Some people.
Probably, yeah.
But the one that I got sent today, this woman, it cut right to the chase. They were just, what was the problem? So this guy and a girl, they went on a date. And I guess the guy on their first date just flipped off a random baby and the baby starts laughing, but the woman was not about it. She's like, why would you flip off a baby? What if the parents saw? What if a dad beat you up at the restaurant? And this dude's like, why would he? I think it's funny. I want someone to flip off my baby. That shit's funny. And I sat here listening to this woman freak out. She's like, you guys don't think this is funny, right? Like, this guy's weird. And there was a back and forth of just like, I guess it's Brooke. She was just like, no, that's insane. And when you got Kenny like, well, in the right circumstance, it's pretty funny. Now, I don't know your stance on flipping off babies. So I have to ask Tofr, is it okay to flip off a baby?
I think flipping off random babies might be a bit risque.
Okay.
Flipping off babies that you know, like when they're giving you the stink eye, you know, like
is your buddy's baby like
fine.
That's fair. I can't say I follow that in life. I'll flip off a baby. I'll flip off a baby 100%. I'm super cautious about it. Like, I ain't gonna full chest just be like, hey guys, you lovely family, just fucking baby. Like, you know, I ain't gonna hit him with that. But like, if I'm sitting there eating my chicken Alfredo or something at Olive Garden and I got some baby across the room and just won't stop staring at me, be like, just quickly like flip off, you know, if anyone notices, you know, hopefully it's not the family, or if the person I'm with is just like, why'd you do that? Like, it was funny. Like, okay. I understand in this context, there is the first date, and now you've set this expectation that you just like hate babies, and maybe this woman like really wants a family, really wants kids, so like that, you know, puts a bad precedent of like, oh no, you don't like babies, you flip them off. But for me, I just think it's funny. This is a baby I will never see again. I don't know who this child is, but there's this ever so slight possibility that this baby will remember me flipping them off, and then 18 years from now, like, what did I fucking do? Why did this man hate me? Now, I'm thinking this is we're talking a baby, like not like a toddler, like an actual baby. So I doubt the baby would remember. But there is something just funny about just being mad at a 1-year-old for no reason. They're really funny to me.
Yeah. Also, I think it's kind of a smart move. If you want to figure out if your date has like the same sense of humor.
Yeah. Flip off a baby. Guys, when you go on your first date, go to a family place, find a family, flip off the baby, see if she's about it. If she's not about it, move on. Sorry, guys.
I mean, listen.
And to clarify, ladies, this isn't just male. This is for everyone. Ladies, if you like flipping off babies, ask the man, or you take the man, whatever, you know, every date's different. Do what you got to do. Go to a restaurant, find a baby, flip it off. Now, if that man's not on board, drop him. He ass. He ain't even about it. Get rid of him. He ain't about that life, and you shouldn't be about his. Flip off the baby. That's fucking nuts. I love the internet. We're in a weird place. Oh, man. But we do not have any quick indie news today. I think we briefly mentioned, you said Neverway had 100,000 wish lists on Steam right now?
Yeah, in just 5 days, they got 100,000 wish lists.
Which is fucking lit. Didn't seem like it was enough to have a full discussion on, but that's very exciting. Congratulations, Neverway. I cannot wait to play that. And that'll definitely hold us off till we see whatever Extremely OK Games is doing next. But with that, we can get right into the topic of the show. And Tofr, this is your corral this week, brother. So I'm going to sit back and listen to you.
So basically, Metacritic scores can make or break a game, and in the ever more crowded field of indie games, even more so. But quite often, the games we remember as classics didn't review as well as we'd suspect. That's why I want to test Danny's indie game knowledge with the big Metacritic indie game quiz.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
It's 5 rounds, 5 different rounds, although 2 of them are very similar, but whatever. I made a PowerPoint and it looks like trash.
No, it looks great. I'm sorry. I gotta find a blank page. I have so much scribble shit.
Go for
just in case.
That's okay.
Sorry. And there's also a picture in my notebook that I don't need you guys to see. Don't worry about it. It's not a bad picture, just, you know. And then I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and then I have to do this.
That's better.
And then we fixed it. Now, guys, Tofr's going to be a little crunchy for this episode just because, for context, I have both feeds coming through Discord, so we had to get the big screen up so I could see the quiz. But Tofr's camera is now, if you look at the screen, the very little Tofr way up there is blown up here on the side now. So Tofr's gonna look like an old 90s
Oh my god.
FMV.
I'm inside the internet.
Let me out.
What's happening?
Someone calls the house and the dial-up tone just cuts your feed.
Who the hell has a house phone nowadays, Danny?
Dog. Us, I guess. God, that's one of the big things one day, man. No landline. Get that shit out of my face. But I'm focused. I'm not a big Metacritic person. Like, I think we started using Metacritic when we do it the book clubs to pull up like the scores and stuff like that. But like, I don't often follow Metacritic. I'm a bigger fan of listening to someone talk about the game. Because we're a segue a bit. That's why I like doing the podcast, because it is us not saying this game was fun, 2 out of 10, like, you know, some random like just arbitrary number. I like feeling like I was just kind of funny. I relate a lot to how Greg plays games, and like I felt like I don't like Red Dead 2. Shit, how am I the only one? And then Greg didn't like Red Dead 2 for a lot of the same reasons. So like I enjoy listening to Greg talk about games because often I'm like, I know that we have a similar stance on a lot of games, not everything. There's some I'm like, really, I love this game, it's crazy, especially New Life is Strange. But like most of the time I have creators that I listen to where I'm like, cool, I know this person likes this, I dislike this, we have a similar vibe, so I get a better feeling for it as opposed to just 10 out of 10, best game I ever played, you know? So that's why, like, I to sum it up, I don't use Metacritic a lot, so I don't know the scores. So I'm very interested to see like how in the window I can even remotely be here. So
that's gonna be what makes this interesting, because this is gonna fuck with your mind.
I just noticed the Tofr McTofr. I didn't even see it. I didn't see it the first time.
It's me. Tofr McTofr.
That's a good shirt. My name is Tofr McTofrson. I had to put that. Hold on. We need what's poppin' homie needs to be a shirt. We need timestamp. And we need my name is Tofr McTofrson. All right, got him. All right, chat. Listen, Tofr's been going through it today with me. My ADHD medication ain't cutting it. I'm like, do I need a double dose now? Do I need to upgrade my dosage?
No,
I don't know.
No.
Yeah. But we're here.
Lean into the chaos, friend. Lean into the chaos.
I'm ready.
So yeah, this is the quiz.
Ooh, all those animations on there.
Today's player is our lovely CGDannyB.
He hot, dude.
It's a handsome fella, right?
I'd make out with him.
That's okay. So let's kick things off with round 1, Battle of the Book Club games.
Okay.
So in this round, I'm going to present 2 book club games that we've covered.
Ooh.
And you have to guess which one had the higher Metacritic score.
Okay.
Then, after you guess, I'm going to tell you the other game's Metacritic score.
Okay.
And you have to guess the winner's score. If you get, like, as close as, like, within 5 points of the correct score, you get an extra point.
Okay.
If you nail the exact correct score, you get 2 points extra.
Okay. All right. I got this. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Easy.
So, let's start off. We're just doing them in order, actually.
Okay.
With Night in the Woods or Kentucky Route Zero, which one of these brilliant indie games has the higher Metacritic score?
Now, is it like critic score or are they like the community score? I don't know.
They're critics.
Okay.
Critics.
Okay. I know Night in the Woods is the better game. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I know critics loved Kentucky Route Zero.
Told you this was gonna fuck with your head.
Yeah. I don't know why they like Kentucky Route Zero. It baffles
Because
me.
it's an astounding game, Danny.
Those are words that you can say out loud that don't make sense, but I guess.
Like most of Kentucky Route Zero.
Exactly. I think Kentucky Route Zero has the higher Metacritic score.
Do you now?
I do.
You are incorrect.
Really?
Night in the Woods has the higher score.
Okay, well then all things right in the world. Okay.
So Kentucky Route Zero has an 86 on Metacritic.
Oh, okay.
What do you think Night in the Woods score is?
Interesting, because I would have thought Night in the Woods was in like the 85 range. So Night in the Woods is higher. Kentucky's an 86. I think Night in the Woods. See, there's the part of me I'm like, it's got to be like is it a 96? Like that seems really high. But then I'm like, maybe it's just a few. Maybe it's like an 88. You know. I'm leaning. I'm gonna lean the 88. I think Night in the Woods is an 88.
And that's perfect.
That's perfect. That's like right on.
The exact score. Nice.
Oh my god. Are you tracking my points? Should I track my points?
I am tracking the points.
Okay, good deal. Let's go. I don't think you said I need the pen later. I don't think I need that now. I'm gonna keep it.
No, that's for the final 2 rounds, basically.
I need a fidget toy. I don't have my fidget spinner.
Oh no.
I guess we'll use the chapstick today. We're good.
Okay. That works.
I got a stim.
All right. I get that. Next up, Moonstone Island or Spiritfarer?
Man, like, this one seems obvious, right? Like, both games, phenomenal. Both amazing games. But, like, Spiritfarer, brother. I think Spiritfarer has the higher Metacritic.
That is correct.
Let's go!
Moonstone Island has 80 on Metacritic. So what do you think Spiritfarer's score is?
Spiritfarer. Okay, so a 90. Moonstone Island has a 90? Damn, go Moonstone Island.
Moonstone Island, 80.
80. Sorry. Okay, I heard 90. Yeah. Okay, 80. Still damn. Okay. It's not really anything wrong with Spiritfarer. It's kind of a perfect game. Might be aiming.
I don't know, man. The way a tool leaves.
Well, listen, imperfect people doesn't mean an imperfect game. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We're all flawed. You know, a tool, kind of a tool, buddy, but I still love you. I made you all the fucking food for you to bounce. Shitter. I might be aiming high here, but I'm thinking like 95.
That's incredibly high.
Okay.
And it's also very incorrect.
Okay.
Spiritfarer holds an 84.
Okay. Damn.
On Metacritic. So that's lower than Kentucky Route Zero, by the way.
That's absurd.
I might keep on bringing that up during the episode.
That's absurd. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
That game's terrible.
It's not.
It's pretty bad.
Let's move on to the next game. Let's leave Kentucky Route Zero behind.
I've been trying to for months, brother. For months. I'm trying to find good merch idea for hating on Kentucky Route Zero.
Next up, we have Sable or Hollow Knight.
Okay, another one that seems super obvious. Like, Hollow Knight's gotta be higher.
You sure about that?
I think so. We didn't like Sable. And, like, I think Hollow Knight's higher.
Okay, you're correct.
All right, cool.
All right. So, Sable holds a score of 76.
Okay, that feels right.
What do you think Hollow Knight scores?
You know what's bothersome to me is that we wrote down these Metacritic scores every episode we did these, so I should.
You wrote those down.
Yeah, like I should recollect that they were where they were, but we're talking months apart now. Like we did Night in the Woods in what? That feels like May last year, but I don't think we've done that many book clubs yet. So May something. Hollow Knight. Again, like my gut's like 95, like it feels like a high one, but also, you know, it's a hard game. So people, I'll shoot. You said, was it 70 what for Sable?
76.
76.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight has to be higher than Kentucky Route Zero. So I'm gonna go 89.
Oh, that's so close. It's 90.
Fuck! I was gonna.
It does mean that you get an extra point.
I'll take the extra point. I'll take that extra point. I'll take it. Fuck! I was like, hold on, let's go with the 80s, dude. I was gonna say 90s. I was gonna say 95 again. I'm like, nah, it's gotta be lower. 90. Nah, lower.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see about the next one though, because now we have Monster Prom or Celeste.
Listen, I love both these games. Monster Prom is in my personal top 5. Celeste is in a personal, easily top 20 for sure, probably higher.
Okay.
I know Monster Prom is lower. So Celeste is higher.
Is correct.
Okay.
Now, sadly,
yeah,
Monster Prom only has a 73 score.
Yep. I do remember that one.
Pretty low.
I remember being like, that's crazy. These games are great. Bad people played these games.
Yeah. But what do you think Celeste's score might be?
We just did the book club. We just did this.
We certainly did.
I'm like 87 is ringing in my head, and that just feels criminally low. Fuck.
Are you sticking with that?
I don't think I am. It might be high again. I'm gonna go. Like, there's so few games that have anywhere near the 90s, right? But like Celeste is Celeste. I think
Celeste.
I'm gonna go 92.
That's perfect.
God damn.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain the numbers, Tofr. If I could visualize what's happening, there is the mental math where the numbers are zooming, right? And then like the tens place disappears, like the 8 comes in, and then like the 7 comes in, and the 7 disappears, then the 5 comes in. But 85, that can't be right. The 8 scrolls down like a ticker, and then the 9 comes in. I'm like, 95? You already said that one. Scribble, 92. Like this is what's happening during this whole thing. And then just sometimes I'm like, this number feels correct. Let's go. 92 is great.
That was incredible. Damn. What a good round.
Book clubs, baby.
Yeah. Let's try and make things a bit more difficult with round 2. So you might need your notepad for this one.
Okay.
Could be handy.
Yeah.
So this round is IGN's top 10 best indies of all time. In this round, you are presented with what IGN thinks is the top 10 best indie games of all time.
Okay.
They are choices, let me tell you.
Oh no.
I need you to order them according to their Metacritic rank.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what I need from you is to put these 10 games in what you think is the correct order, and give all of them a Metacritic score. And again, if you get within 5 points of the correct Metacritic score, you get an extra point. If you nail the Metacritic score, you get 2 bonus points.
Shit, Fury's on there?
Fury is on there. I told you, these are choices.
I liked Fury and all, but fuck.
Yeah. So feel free to write things down if that's easier for you.
Yeah. Right now, I'm like, which one's number 1? Like, okay, so the fact that you have Fury at number 10 tells me that it's not IGN's number 10, and that is scary.
No, this is IGN's order.
Okay, so the order is already okay. This is their top 10. Okay.
Yeah, Return of the Obra Dinn is their number 1. Fury is their number 10.
So I'm ordering them Metacritic highest score.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. Got it. So Metacritic then. Whew. Let's verbalize this. All right. So we put Celeste and Hades at the top. For sure. Let's put Disco Elysium and Hollow Knight right under that. Elysium. Wow. If I could show you how I just wrote Elysium, ELYSIWK. What the fuck? But it's the right letters, but I wrote too fast. They turned to other letters. Hollow Knight.
It happens.
Okay.
It happens.
It does. It does. Here's the thing with Outer Wilds, because I know people love it, and I haven't gotten back to it, because I always say, like, I got to the space travel part, I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do this. But I know people love it. I don't know narratively why yet, because I'm like, avoid spoilers so I get to play it. But to put that above the others, I think people really like Oberdin. All right, I'm gonna put Outer Wilds, Oberdin. The thing is, I know one of these is gonna be like an IGN low, but way high on Metacritic, and that might be what I'm doing with Stardew here. I think Stardew might be too low on my list.
Okay.
But that's it. What's that? 7, 6, 7. Okay. And then I did leave the last spots the same as IGN's then. I'm going to put...
Yeah, when you're ready, give me your top 10 with the Metacritic scores you think these games have.
Yeah. I'm going to actually... Let's do this. I'm going to move down Stardew. I'm going to put Golden Idol above that. And then I'm just going to leave Steam. I'm going to put Fury above SteamWorld, I think. I like SteamWorld Dig, but I don't think it's that. All right.
Yeah, that's another game that I was like, really? Top 10?
Yeah.
Of all time?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like... And listen, I diss on it sometimes. I still love the game. Undertale not on that list is criminal.
Shovel Knight not on that
Shovel
list.
Knight list is criminal. And like, listen, I'm self-aware. I understand Shovel Knight isn't it's not groundbreaking, earth-shattering, but I fucking love Shovel Knight. But I understand not being in the top 10.
It is one of the indies.
Exactly. All right, so we know Celeste. Now the thing is, I know in my order I'm going down, so the numbers have to get lower. Is Hades higher than Celeste? People fucking love Hades.
They do be loving Hades.
I think I'm gonna pull an audible here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna switch Hades and Celeste. I'm gonna say, okay, you.
You know what I love about this round is that you're gonna be upset at something.
Yeah.
And none of it is my fault. It's all Metacritic.
When I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't remember Hollow Knight's Metacritic score, and I'm like, what the fuck was it?
I can tell you that one. I can give you that one for free because I told you earlier.
Yeah, sure. If it's not cheating.
No.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight had a 90.
Okay. Is there a
Celeste...
world? Oh, go ahead.
And Celeste has a 92.
Okay, I got that one. Is there a world where any of these match? Like, are there two 90s possibly, or no? I doubt it, but
can you explain
like,
a bit more? Because
we know Hollow Knight's a 90, right? I gave Disco Elysium a 90.
Okay. It's possible. Like, there are two games with the same score in this top 10.
Okay.
And it happens twice. So there's one score with two games and another score with two games.
Okay. None of these other ones were on our list. So let me do Outer Wilds. Let's go. I'm going to switch these two. I'm going to switch Outer Wilds and Oberdin back. Because I think Oberdin could be like an 87. And I'm thinking Outer Wilds is like an 85. Golden Idol. I didn't play Rise of Golden. I don't know how good these games are. I'm going to just incrementally smaller here. 83. Let's do this, and this might be offensive to folks, but I think this feels right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
My list.
Yes. We'll go over each one by one.
Okay, so you just want me to read mine and then...
and then I'll immediately tell you if it's correct or not.
Okay. Then at my number 1, I have Hades with 95.
Hades with 95. I can give you 1 point for that.
Okay.
It's not the correct position,
but it's the
right. But it is within 5 points of the correct score. Okay. I'm only gonna give the correct scores afterwards.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. And then I have Celeste at number 2 with 92.
I can give you 2 points for that one,
okay.
But they're both for the score. So the position on the list is incorrect again, but 92 is spot on.
Score, chat. It's not going well. Those are the wrong position? What the fuck?
Yeah. Something else is number 1.
I hate this.
You can't change your answers now.
No, I'm yeah, we're locked. All right, number 3, I have Disco Elysium at 90.
Disco Elysium, incorrect position, and not within 5 points of the right score. So that's 0 points for that one.
Okay. And then we have Hollow Knight at
You're gonna hate the final list.
Yeah, I think I am. Hollow Knight at number 4 with 90.
Perfect. That's 3 points.
Hell yeah. Then I have... Hold on, I switched these. Then I have Obra Dinn with 87.
I can give you 1 point because you are within 5 points of the correct Metacritic score, but not the right position.
All right. Then I have Outer Wilds at 85.
2 points, but both because you have the exact score, not the right position.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Then I have Golden Idol with 83.
Again, 1 point because you're within 5 points of the correct score.
What is this list?
But not the correct position.
Okay. Then I've got Stardew, also with 83.
Stardew, that is no points for that one.
Damn. Then I've got Fury with 80.
1 point because you're within 5 points of the correct score, but not the correct position.
Okay. And then last I have SteamWorld Dig 2 with a 73.
And that's 0 points.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a tough one, right?
I'm going to hate this list.
2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11 points for that round. Which
keep in mind, as you're playing at home, keep track, because I want to see it. Leave your scores in the comments, because I want to see. And if you're cheating, if you're fucking cheating, I swear to God. Anyway.
I'm gonna go from the bottom up on the list. So in 10th place, the correct answer was Fury.
Okay.
Which has a 77.
That feels right. That's fine.
Yeah. Then we have The Rise of the Golden Idol and Outer Wilds. On 85.
Wow. You said 85?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have you writing these, but it feels good in my head.
Okay. Then we have SteamWorld Dig 2 on 88 points.
Okay, SteamWorld, get your bag. All right.
Then we have Return of the Obra Dinn and Stardew Valley on 89 points.
Okay.
Hollow Knight on 90 points. Celeste in third with 92. Hades in second with 93. And in first place, Disco Elysium with 97.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's valid. No, that makes sense. I'm not mad at Disco Elysium at the top. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Fuck.
Yeah.
I just
you got close with a lot of these, but yeah.
It just seemed like Celeste and Hades grand scale had more love than Disco Elysium. Even if I know we're talking critics here, so like we're more analytical, blah 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 blah. But like, I definitely thought Hades and Celeste would be above Disco Elysium. Not surprised, but I was like, damn, okay.
I would have thought so too, to be fair.
97's cracked though. That's wild.
That is insane, right?
Yeah. What's Baldur's Gate's Metacritic? That feels like that's one that would sit at 100. I don't even know.
I cannot answer that question just yet.
Okay, got it. I won't look it up then. Okay. Fair enough.
Because we're going into round 3.
Woo!
This one is just trivia.
Okay.
I have 3 questions for you with 5 answers, which can earn you 5 points.
Okay.
The first question. The highest scoring PC game of all time is an indie game. Which one?
See, now I'm scared because I'm looking at that 97 on Disco Elysium and I'm like, is Baldur's Gate above that? I mean, yeah, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3.
Disco Elysium.
Fuck! Damn it! Damn it! I was like, if it's anything, I was like, Baldur's Gate's like 98, right? Like, I can see it.
That's why I couldn't answer your question before.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The second question is, only one game scores higher on any console, but which game? It's a multi-platform game, and this particular console score is higher than its PC score.
I want to say that's Hollow Knight Switch version.
You sure?
No, but the first thing I thought of.
It's Baldur's Gate on the Xbox.
Motherfucker! Why is the Xbox score so much higher? What Xbox do over there?
I don't know. It has 98 on on the Xbox, and that's the highest scoring game of all time.
Then technically, am I not wrong? Oh, you did say PC on the first one. Never mind. Yeah,
I did say PC game. Yeah.
Okay. That's all right.
Yeah. But you can still get 3 points from this round with the final question.
All right. Okay.
3 games released in 2024 and earned a higher score than 90 on Metacritic. Can you name all 3? And I put a hint in there. None of them featured in our top 10s.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I can give you a second hint. They all 3 of them scored 91.
Okay. They weren't in
They weren't in either of our top 10s.
We picked the best games.
I know.
I started reading. I was like, okay, Balatro, 1,000 Times Resist, maybe. And
Nope. I think we only played one of these.
Wow. What was like a distinct one we didn't love? Holy shit.
You will be surprised.
All right, so we had I'm trying to go down the list. We had Vampire Therapist, we had Caravan Sandwich, we had Balatro, Dungeons of Hinterberg, we had Neva, we had we both had 2 lists, so I'm like, what do we have for 10? What do we have for 9? What do we have for we had Mouthwashing, we had Balatro, we had what the fuck?
I know. I know.
Oh no. We genuinely we liked the good games last year. There's this Metacritic is incorrect.
I know.
I'm looking for inspiration right now. Not that I have any physical stuff of these games from last year. I think it was 2023, but I don't have a grasp on anything here. Fucking hell. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Party Animals was 23. You said they were not on our top 10?
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers 2. And for clarity, when we say our top 10, is there a chance it was on like my top 10 when I did my video? Okay, so it's definitely not on there either.
Nope.
Okay, take Helldivers off then. Because I know Helldivers was like our honorable mention for ours because we did the math, but it was my number 10 for my personal one. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck me. What did Devolver release last year? Never.
I'm gonna help you a little bit.
Okay.
Devolver isn't in there.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm grasping at straws. Everything. It's gonna be wrong. All right. So let's do. So I said Bomber Cyberpunk, which again I'm pretty sure was 2023. Let's do. I cannot think of anything that came out last year that we didn't have on the thing. Let's do Crypt Custodian and I'm going through my honorable mentions of my video right now. Crypt Custodian, Creatures of Ava.
Final answer?
Yeah, it's not it, but that's all I got.
That's sadly
Yeah.
None are correct.
Yikes, man.
Yeah, the correct answers are Satisfactory.
Okay, that go 1.0.
Caves, yeah,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Caves of Cud or Cud. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And
okay.
and UFO 50.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't find the love for UFO 50 that the rest of the world did, so I was like, I didn't even think of that one.
Me
Fuck.
neither. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. No,
That was
UFO
a
50
tough
makes
round.
sense. Yeah,
Tough
that was fuck.
Let's get you some more points. Like you did so well in that first round. Let's do more battles.
Okay.
So the same aspect as before.
Okay.
You choose the one that wins. I give you the score for the loser, and you give me the score for the winner.
Good deal. I got it.
All right. First off, it's the game, like the two games that get you hooked and you can't stop playing. It's Vampire Survivors versus Balatro.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let me think, cause like people love Vampire Survivors, people love Balatro. I think Vampire Survivors has a bigger legacy, but that also means it might have lower critic scores because there's probably more reviews. I think Balatro's higher.
That is correct.
Let's go. Okay.
Now, Vampire Survivors has a score of 86.
Okay.
What do you think Balatro has as a score?
The math is floating. The numbers are flying. I'm seeing 69. Balatro has a... That might be too high. No, but it's critic reviews.
I'm gonna give you a slight hint.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be 91 or higher because then
Okay.
it would have been in the previous
I was
round.
gonna say, I was reading the question back in my head. I'm like, but we said they weren't on our list, but we said they were higher, but so it couldn't be. Okay, yeah, cool. Then I'm thinking. You said 87 for Vampire Survivors.
86 for Vampire
86.
Survivors.
Okay, I'm thinking 89 for Balatro.
That's really close. It's 90.
Motherfucker! I keep doing this. I'm like, I should just go with the 90. I'm like, yeah, it's one lower.
Listen. You still have 2 points from that.
Yeah. I should have the 90. Fuck.
Next up, we've got 2 Stone Cold classics.
Mm-hmm.
Shovel Knight Treasure Trove versus A Short Hike.
Oh man, do you know? Because I assume Metacritic might have updated it, but I don't know if you checked. Is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove a separate entry than like Shovel Knight?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Treasure Trove has its own reviews separated from Shovel Knight standalone. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
It's
Treasure Trove
collection.
is okay. People like A Short Hike. More people know Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight has more reviews, which might make it lower. I think, but Treasure Trove comes with Plague Knight and Spectre Knight and King Knight, which I don't think is as strong as the others, but it's still fun.
A lot of content.
It's a lot of content. Showdown, the fucking card game, the fucking mods and shit. Shovel Knight.
With the higher score?
That feels wrong. A Short Hike has a higher score.
A Short Hike?
I think so.
Shovel Knight.
Damn. I knew my boy. I shouldn't have let him down.
Yeah.
There was just the idea of like
Damn.
people like Shovel Knight, and then the re-release like, oh, it's the same game. It's still pretty good. Just with more content. Yeah. Then I just thought Short Hike might be like, oh, what a nice peaceful thing that I just really enjoyed my day with.
I think the base Shovel Knight game had a lower score.
Okay.
I think that might have been an 86 or something.
Okay.
But yeah, a Short Hike has 88.
88.
So what do you think Shovel Knight scores?
Do I do this to myself again? do I go to 89 and it's 90? Do I Shovel Knight Treasure Trove?
It's a classic.
It's higher than 88. Is it storming outside?
Oh no.
Just give me one. Let's make sure in case I die.
Please don't die. I would prefer you not to die.
All right, it's just really windy, but
okay,
it's a loud wind.
Damn. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Shovel Knight Treasure Trove has
higher than 88.
93.
91.
Motherfucker! I hate
Close.
this math.
It's still a point.
All right.
It's still a point.
We take it. We take it. I'll take a 91 for my boy Shovel Knight. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Next up, it's the battle of the walking simulators. What remains of Edith Finch versus Firewatch?
Ugh. Look, Firewatch was my walking sim virginity pop whatever. Like,
okay,
that's Firewatch is great. Edith Finch is way better. Sorry, that's personal, but also I think it's correct. I think, yikes. I think Edith Finch is a higher score.
That is correct.
Bet. Let's go, baby. Love you, Firewatch. I hate your ending, but I love you, Firewatch.
No, Firewatch actually only has an 81 score.
Interesting.
So what do you think Edith Finch scores on Metacritic?
I think Edith Finch... Okay, these are critic scores, though. I gotta keep thinking. We're not talking the fucking nerds on the internet who don't get shit. No media literacy. I think it's still in the 80s.
Okay.
I'm seeing 87. Yeah, I'll go 87 for Edith Finch.
87? No, it's 88.
Motherfucker.
But still, 2 points. 2 points.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Now, with this next one, I'm gonna break your heart a little.
Yeah.
It's Cuphead versus Moonlight.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I'm in lax. You see, I'm back here, straddling this chair. I think
this is like choosing between his favorite children.
It is. It's rough. Cause like immediately I'm seeing Cuphead 88 in my head.
Okay.
And I don't know where that number's coming from. I feel like it might be a stat I've seen and maybe that's changed, but like it always comes out of the math of how many people reviewed Moonlighter and liked it like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
does anybody like it like you do?
Probably not many. Because I fucking love Moonlighter.
As you should.
Exactly. God, I can't wait for this summer. Cuphead was hard. People sucked at it. They're not as good as me. I think Moonlighter has a higher Metacritic score.
Interesting.
I think I'm regretting that choice. But I'm sticking to it.
It is incorrect.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Cuphead does have the higher score because Moonlighter only scores an 81.
That's criminal.
So what do you think Cuphead scores?
I'm gonna stick with the 88.
That?
I'm sticking with the 88 that I'm seeing. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I'm seeing it.
That's that. Then you get 1 point because
Okay.
it's 86.
Okay. Okay.
The correct score.
86. Crazy. You guys are wild.
Yeah.
Those should both be 95s the minimum.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight has a higher. Oh man. Of those three, like my top three, I didn't think Shovel Knight would be the highest. You know.
Yeah, I would have expected Cuphead to be the highest of those.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why this quiz was so much fun to make.
Damn. God, I fucking love these games, man. I love these.
Next up, we've got two games that use interesting mechanics to tell a story.
Okay.
Unpacking versus Papers, Please.
Ooh.
Both critical darlings.
I think there's a louder audience around Papers, Please. I didn't love Papers, Please that much because I fucking needed $5 to save my son and they sent me to jail.
But he drew you a picture.
Yeah, and I didn't get to hang it in my prison cell. And Unpacking feels right to me. I feel like Unpacking has a higher score.
Are you locking that in?
Yes.
Papers, Please has the higher
Papers,
score.
Please sucks. This game's stupid.
Now, to my big surprise, Unpacking only holds an 83 score on Metacritic.
It's the people with a lack of media literacy, Tofr. They just don't get it. There's a whole level where you graduate college, you move in with your presumably boyfriend who's got the ties and everything, and you've spent the first couple chapters building on, look at my beautiful art, my D&D characters, all my books, my computer tablets, my stuffed animals, and you have nowhere to go. This chapter establishes that you, as this individual, as this woman who has your boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever the fuck he is for you, has no room in his life for you. He's too full in his own life to let you in. The fact that people can't look at that chapter alone and say, yes, this is better than me stamping papers and going to strip clubs. You don't get it. You people don't understand. Unpacking is perfection, and being anywhere below an 85, which is like a minimum, is insane. God, Unpacking is phenomenal.
It is. It really is. Also, their new game, Tapopo, releasing.
Let's go. This week, yes. Which reminds me, I have to tell you about an email that I sent that we're getting codes for.
Okay, cool.
It won't be for a while, but
Papers, Please. What score does that have?
You said 81 for Unpacking.
83.
83 for Unpacking. Ooh, Papers, Please has a 86.
85.
Fucker.
Still, that's another point.
I'm gonna start. See, now I'm like, I should add or subtract a number, but the question will be which one. How do I do this? I love quiz episodes. Quiz episodes are fun.
Next up, we've got two more indie classics, I guess. It's Dead Cells versus Super.
Ooh, okay. I mean, my gut says Dead Cells has the higher score. That shit had so much DLC. That shit was played for like a fucking decade. And I don't know how longevity affects Metacritic scores and how often people are updating. That was a banana burp. But like, Dead Cells is fucking beloved. I mean, so super hot. But like, fucking the Dead Cells guy showing up in the new Blaze Blue game. Like, I don't see the super hot guy showing up in crossover fighting games here. So let's go. I'm gonna go Dead Cells, the higher score.
Dead Cells is correct.
Okay. Now I feel like super hot. I'm hearing 87. Am I right?
Super Hot has only scores 82.
82.
Actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what score does Dead Cells get?
I mean, below 90 seems criminal. Dead Cells has like 14 DLC packs, like 3 crossover packs. It's a fun game.
Next week on the podcast, the many crimes of Metacritic.
Yeah, we're skipping the book club. We're talking about how trash this website is. Burn it down. Start fresh. I'm gonna go 92 in Dead Cells.
89.
Fucker. All right.
But still 2 points scored.
Yeah,
2 points on the board.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It should be higher. But I get it. I guess.
I get it.
Fucking people.
Next up, we've got an interesting battle because I have no idea how to compare these two games, but that's why I put them together.
All right.
Inside versus Slay the Princess.
Ooh. I like Slay the Princess better. I think Inside is a fuck. Who's the studio? Fucking. I just keep saying Dead Space in my head, and that's not the name of the team.
Let me check because I
guys
don't
are.
know either.
Yeah, Dead Days, Dead. They made Limbo.
Play Dead.
What was it?
Play Dead.
Play Dead. Yes, that's it. Play Dead, darling. People love Inside. I think Inside. Ooh. But again, this is how many people played Slay the Princess, how many people love Slay the Princess, and how does the math? Yeah. I think Inside has a higher score.
That is correct.
Okay. All right.
Now, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Slay the Princess scores 90.
Woo! That's tough, dude. That's tough. Okay.
So Inside scores even higher, but how high?
Ooh, how high? 95 seems excessive. I think that's too high. I liked Inside, but I didn't love Inside. You know, like 90's fine. 92 for Inside.
Do you want to add one or subtract one?
I don't know. I'm thinking subtract one. It's a 91.
Oh, it's 93.
Fuck! God damn it!
But still 2 points. 2 points.
This game's stupid.
That means that Inside scores higher than Celeste. I mean,
that's nuts.
I'm sorry, but no.
I mean, like, genuinely, like, it's funny because it's an art that you can't quantify with numbers, but when you quantify with numbers, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
I take Celeste over Inside any day team.
Next up, we've got two games that have many, many fans. Mm-hmm. Undertale versus Terraria.
I mean, I'm not a Terraria guy.
Neither am I, but plenty of people are.
Yeah, but like, Undertale's got to be higher, right? I think Undertale is higher.
It is.
Okay, all right. We in it, baby.
Now, Terraria only scores 81.
Ooh,
which is respectable, but not that high.
It does seem low.
By how much does Undertale beat that?
Undertale would be. People like Undertale. 80. 88.
Just enough for a point. It's 92.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. All right. That's good. Go Undertale.
On the board.
Go Undertale.
I've got two more of your darlings battling each other.
Of course we do.
It's your two favorite games from 2023. Sea of Stars.
Oh man. I think Dredge has the higher score.
It does not.
What? That's wild.
Let me tell you, Dredge only scores 80 on Metacritic. That's insane, right?
That's not real. You're giving me fake news.
No.
That's nuts. That's not true.
It sadly is
You
true.
pulled up the wrong Dredge. You pulled up some bad movie from the 60s. I promise you. That's crazy.
I did not.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not right. Who fucked it up? I pulled the Metacritic.
No idea.
GameSpot, was it you? Okay.
You want me to take a look? I can.
You know.
I want to find out now.
That's nuts. Someone out there gave it like a 70, and it's gonna be like fucking Game Exchange or some stupid.
Let me see. 90, 100. Games.cz gives it an 80. Wait, where's the... Oh, view all. Let's see.
Let's see what
100,
up.
100, 95, 94, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. The hell? 89, 87, 85, 85, 85, and so
It sounds
on.
like some bad apple really fucked this up.
GameSpot only gave it a 70.
I knew it was fucking GameSpot.
Slant Magazine and The Gamer and Enemy and Destructoid and Edge Magazine all gave it a 60.
Yeah, you're all dead to me. Your opinions are invalid. Do not come to my house. My mom says you can't come over anymore. Don't even talk to me. You're crazy. You didn't get it. You don't understand, Dredge. Give me your gamer card back.
I let me just check. I want to check something.
Okay.
I want to see if the same publications did the review for Kentucky Route Zero.
I actually fucking love this shit. Guys, speak of the devil, Dredge is on sale on Steam with 7 other games for $11.99 with the Humble Choice bundle, including...
Nice.
I think we already talked about this bundle.
Edge Magazine gave Kentucky Route Zero a 90.
You're crazy. Fucking nuts. I hate it.
I can't find the others.
It's fine. They're irrelevant to me. Their opinions don't matter anymore. GameSpot, I'm coming for the whole office. For the sake of the joke, I should clarify that it's a joke. But yeah, CSR is higher.
Sea of Stars. How much do you think that one?
Damn.
Did that get the recognition that it deserved?
I love Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is great. We get the DLC in a couple months. I can't wait for that. There's just no world where I'd see it higher than Dredge, so this math doesn't math. I guess like 86.
Oh, it's 87.
Fucking damn it.
Well, another point on the board.
We in this spot, team. Someone at home, keep track of how many times I was one off, please. Like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It really is.
That'd be a great shirt. That's just tally, and it's just a like plus minus 1 underneath. It's like the number. It's just the number of misses.
That would be funny.
Oh shit.
So the final battle for this round is 2 puzzle games.
Okay.
Baba Is You versus Into the Breach.
I preferred Baba Is You, but I think the world liked Into the Breach more. I think Into the Breach is higher.
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, Baba Is You scored a very respectable 84.
Hell yeah.
How much?
Into the Breach. So it's 87, which means it's 86.
I love the math, but it's 90.
Okay.
But still, that's
Okay.
2 points.
Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16.
Baba's You is so fun, team. Your sheep
So this
mixed with
is-
words, guys. Play Baba Is You.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for the final round, you're going to need your notepad again.
I'm ready.
It's the Devolver round.
Ah! Oh, no.
Now, let me explain what's happening to you.
Uh-huh.
Devolver, surprisingly, don't have a single game that scores 90 or higher.
Wow.
Which is insane to me. So what I did was I picked all of the games that scored, let me check. Yeah, 85 or higher.
Okay.
And that came down to these 13 games. Now,
Okay.
I'm gonna name them all just for the audio listeners.
Mhm.
We have Neva, The Talos Principle 1 and 2, The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, Return to Monkey Island, Inscription, Ollie Ollie 2 Welcome to Hollywood, Death's Door, Serious Sam, the first encounter and the second encounter, The Messenger, Space Plan, and Hotline Miami. So as you can see,
just the first
7
one,
games,
not the second. Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
7 games have scored an 85%. 2 games have scored an 86. 3 games have scored an 87, and 1 game is the best Devolver game of all time with 88%.
Okay.
It's up to you to group these games.
Okay, so let's see. So we have 88, 1, and then it's 87, 3. I'm trying to make my list. I fucked it up. 86 has 2, wop wop, and then we said 85 is the other 7. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just enough room on the page. All right.
Nice.
So I'm taking the list and I'm saying you're the 88, you're the 87s, and just that's all I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Immediately, my top 4. I'm looking at Neva, Death's Door, Inscription, and Hotline Miami.
Okay.
I'm thinking which one of those would be the 88. I didn't really look at Neva's Metacritic score, so I don't know where that landed, but people liked it. But people really like Death's Door. They also really like Inscription.
I can give you a slight hint maybe,
Okay.
just to help you along. Only one of those 4 games is actually in the top 4.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. I'm very surprised by these scores.
That's not... Oh my god. Okay. All right, this whole thing's about to be wrong.
You get 1 point per correct answer. So
put all the 4 that should be in the top 4, not in the top 4.
one of them is.
One of them is. Okay. Then. We go with the gut. Inscription's the 88. And then none of those are in the 87s. So then Neva and Death's Door are the 86s. Which I'll put Hotline Miami in 85. All right, now who am I missing? Now who could be it? There's 3 87s. So, see, Serious Sam is such a weird franchise that I don't hear anybody on this planet talk about, but they keep making them.
They sure do.
I have no idea what Space Plan is.
Oh, okay.
Because of that,
I went through the entire list of Devolver games. Everything that they've published.
Always I did my homework. All right.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna say Ollie Ollie, Monkey Island. Ooh. No.
I feel like an evil mastermind.
I love Sabotage, so I want to put the Messenger this high, but that's another one that I think I love more than The World. So I think the Messenger's in the 85s. I feel I maxed out the Switch clock on that one, getting all the collectibles. Like I hit the 99.99.
Nice.
I really like the Messenger. Banger soundtrack. Ollie Ollie. Let's put Cosmic Will Sisterhood's dope, but it's another one I think people don't appreciate. So put that in the 85. I feel like one of the Talos is in that 87, and I'd want to assume it's 2, but I feel like I heard no one talk about 2. I feel like it just came out.
Okay.
Which makes me think 1 would be in there. So I'm going to put Talos 1 in the 87, and I'll put Talos 2 in the 85. And also, a lot of these are going to be wrong because Death's Door and Neva, one of them is probably in the 85, and I put them at 86 mathematically with the knowledge I have that they have to be that high.
You can still switch things up. I'm not taking answers.
I will
yet.
not. I will not. I am committed.
Do you want me to name some of the games that didn't make this list?
Kinda.
Cult of the Lamb.
This is nuts.
It has 82.
That's okay. I mean, it's still good, but I fucking love that game.
Loop Hero. Scores an 82.
Loop Hero's awesome.
Yeah. The Plucky Squire scored an 83.
That's fair. Plucky Squire was fine.
Katana Zero.
That's criminal.
Scores an 83.
Fuck.
Gree. Or Gris, or whatever, however you pronounce it. Scores an 83.
Okay.
Minute. Scored an 81.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Minute's a good one.
Enter the Gungeon. 82. Yeah, it's
Go fucking Devolver.
whole thing.
Grabbing some bangers.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put both Sam's.
But they deserve more love.
They do. Some of these aren't fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what did I miss? I missed one of you. Neva, Talos. Oh, it was Talos. No, I put Talos 2. Talos 1. Sister. Oh, Monkey Island. Okay. Yeah, we'll stick with it. Okay. All right. So, I do want to, like, just down the list like we did last time, or just read them off?
Just give me all of your 85s first.
Okay. All of my 85s, I've got Hotline Miami, Space Plan, The Messenger, Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, Talos 2, and then Sam 1 and 2.
Okay. Then what do you have on 86?
86, I have Death's Door and Neva.
Okay. 87?
I have Ali Ali, Talos 1, and Return to Monkey Island.
And Monkey Island. And then that's Inscription on 88?
Yep.
Okay. Let me see, because now I have to do some puzzles.
Yeah.
This one is correct.
Woo!
Hotline Miami was indeed an 85.
Okay, all right. That's
Space
valid.
Plan was also an 85.
Let's go.
The Messenger is not an 85.
Good.
Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is an 85.
Is an 85?
Yes.
Okay.
And Talos Principle 2 is not an 85.
Okay.
And the two Sams, this Sam 2 is an 85 as well.
Okay.
But Sam 1 is not.
This wrong. Okay.
Then the 86s, Neva and Death's Door. Neither of those are 86s.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
Critics, I can't stand you no more.
The 87s.
I hate you.
The 87s, Ollie Ollie, Talos Principle 1, and Return to Monkey Island. Only Return to Monkey Island is an 87 one.
Okay.
And the 88 is not Inscription.
So then,
to recap, the 85s are the first Talos Principle, the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, Inscription, Death's Door, Serious Sam the Second Encounter, Space Plan, and Hotline Miami. On 86 points, we have The Messenger and Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Hollywood.
Okay.
On 87, we have Neva, Serious Sam the First Encounter, and Return to Monkey Island.
Okay.
And on 88, we have the Talos Principle 2.
Damn.
I had no idea about that sequel.
Yeah. I say y'all. I guess y'all like Talos. Y'all weren't talking about it. Y'all sure as hell weren't talking about Talos. But I guess you liked it.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, that was the Devolver round, and with that, we have come to the end of the quiz.
Guys, we've come.
And out of a total of 65 points, you have scored a very respectable 40.
I'll take that, baby.
Hell yes.
I don't know what grade that is. I don't know percentile. But
it's enough.
I don't know how many could I get? 65? How many? How many? What was the max points I could get?
65, yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know how to do the math on this. Do I take the points I got divided by the max? Is that how that works?
Oh no.
If that's
Math
the case,
my...
that's only a 61%, but I don't think that's correct. Someone who knows how to do math, you do. You tell me. You tell me.
Listen, I think this is pretty respectable.
I like it.
Like,
it's only 20 points off.
This was a really hard quiz.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, that was fun though. I really like the quizzes. We talked about that before. I really like the quiz ones, and like sitting here thinking about like which one of these ones. I'm like looking here again at the Hades, Celeste. I'm like, no, I had those in the right order, but yeah, Disco Elysium, okay. And then Devolver was nuts because hearing that some of these are 85s, and like Death's Door, which 85 is not bad. I overact like, oh my god, 85 is terrible, but like the fact that in this set it's the lowest, and I'm like, why is this lower than like some of these others?
It's lower than Kentucky Route Zero.
That's disgusting. Again, this is okay, and like in a more serious thing, right? Again, why I like so much more, like this is why I play game and I talk about game as opposed to the binary number, because like I had a friend in high school who I liked Anthem. It had nothing to go afterwards, but Anthem was fun. But Anthem had a lower IGN score than Call of Duty Ghost, which I guess generally speaking is like one of the least popular, like one of the worst Call of Duty games. So it's like, oh my god, Anthem's got a worse score than Call of Duty Ghost, and I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Like God of War, both 1 and 2, I think are 10s from IGN, and so is Celeste. But God of War and Celeste are not the same kind of game. Like,
no,
just because they're both 10s.
You can't compare those.
Yeah, and like I think people should play both. I love the God of War games. I love Celeste. I think those are both amazing games that like the world should play. But if someone's like, oh, I like something more cozy and more calm, I still wouldn't say that's Celeste, but like I think Celeste over God of War for sure. Vice versa, I can see a lot of gamer bros not playing Celeste because there's a little girl in the game. I don't think so. I need a big strong man. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Either way, like the numbers just aren't, you know, they don't really mean anything. They're an arbitrary way of ticking our brains in the right way to be like, okay, I understand. But
they're just interesting, like, to discuss.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting seeing your reactions to some of these.
Yeah, dude, these are wild.
The thing is, I had the same reactions to most of them.
I clipped the unpacking one. That's gonna be the Blue Sky clip this week. I was just like, you just don't get it. You don't understand.
Yeah, you were getting quite heated.
I like my indies, man. I like them.
I get it.
Fuck yeah, what a fun fucking time, dude. Thank you for putting that together. I love when you do the quizzes. I know they like take a lot of effort to get them all the time, but you know, whatever I feel like quizzing. Oh no, hold on, I have to fix your face.
Oh no, my face.
Yeah, I gotta hold on. I think I just gotta do if I do this and then this and then this and then we're back. Although I realize I'm still gonna have to fix it over here. So I do
for the
this. And then the notes. It doesn't. Here, guys, look at a wallpaper.
Oh no!
There, look. That is Mother Death from Mariachi Legends coming out.
Okay.
I forget if that's this year. I don't remember when that is. I don't remember. But it's a time. It's coming out. Yeah, guys, sure. Let's know what scores you got on the Metacritic quiz, and thank Tofr. Where's your fucking face, brother? It's really big. Here we go. I was trying to crop this shit down.
It is really big. Thanks for pointing that out. It's not like I have issues about that.
No, your regular face is normal. Your computer face is big.
No, I actually, like, this is no joke. I have a big head.
Yeah?
Like, most hats don't fit me because my head is too big.
That's why I go with the beanies, though. Any like baseball cap stuff, dog, I ain't about them. I put them on like the little Max strip thing, and they're just like, no, I don't really feel like that. Oh shit! Hell yeah! Metacritic quiz. All right, now timestamp. Bam. Where's my doc? I lost the doc. I found it. It's right here. All right. But yeah, amazingly fun quiz, which means it's time to talk about what we've been playing. I think I downloaded your footage. Where did I put your footage? Tofr, you were playing a game this week. Tell me about it while I find where I put the stuff.
The game I played was Willow Guard.
Okay.
I received a key from the developers to review this, so many thanks for that. Basically, this game, it it's a story-based RPG, but gameplay is divided into 3 big elements. You have combat, which is just like a hack and slash game.
Mm-hmm.
You have the investigation of certain scenes where you have to like do more of a point and click stuff, and then you have the dialogue sections where you talk to people. The cool thing is Gueros, the Willow guard that you're playing as, does not like talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first time while playing this where I was like, I can relate to this.
Okay.
Having to be social. Oh,
Hate it.
Just the thought. No. But it's a really cool game.
Mm-hmm. Quotes? Game?
I'm thinking how to put this the best.
Okay.
It has many really good ideas, and you could think that it gets overwhelming having like these 3 major ways of controlling gameplay.
Yeah.
But they all fit together really well to make something pretty darn unique, which I absolutely love. The weakest part of the game to me is the combat. As you might see pop up on screen in a bit.
Scribble.
It feels like, at the start of the game, it feels pretty basic.
Okay.
Now it does get better as the game progresses, but still, it's your top-down hack and slash action with some deck building elements, because obviously I want me some deck building.
Because Tofr.
Yeah. Now the deck building is actually really cool. Because it doesn't influence combat constantly. There are times during combat when you'll get a prompt to draw a card, and then you get to choose between 2 cards that you've drawn from your deck.
Okay.
And the card you choose gets assigned to one of the buttons on your controller.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this can be like, for example, you dash with the A button on an Xbox controller, and you attack with the B button. But then you can like assign the X and Y buttons to have like healing properties, or have a secondary weapon slotted in there.
Okay.
Or you can assign another card to your dash so that you don't take any damage while you dash. There's all kinds of stuff like that. I'm only mentioning things that happen in the beginning of the game because I don't want to spoil it.
Sure.
But it adds an element of tactics to combat that otherwise might have been a bit too basic.
Okay.
Especially at the start of the game. Now, the reason why I say this is the weakest part of the game is also probably because I'm not really good at it.
Yes, or any of us.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also the weakest part for me because the other 2 parts, the investigating the scenes and the talking to people, is just so cool to do. This world feels incredibly alive. What it boils down to is an indie Witcher game.
Yeah.
If I like have to pull up a baseline for the marketing,
Yes.
it would be like, this is an indie Witcher game. You've got Gueros, who has a lot of the Geralt to him.
Okay.
And he as a Willow guard, he has to investigate this village that has been attacked by monsters. So you have to find out what's happening. Why are these monsters attacking? You have to fight the monsters when they attack, but you also have to investigate, like, what's going on. You talk to people who are all anthropomorphic animals, by the way, and you play as a badger, which is amazing.
He's so cute. In a cool way.
That's basically the game. You talk to people who have their own backstories, who have their own motivations. Some of them will be eager for your help, for you to help them. Some of them will be a bit more distrustful, a bit similar to the Witcher games like that.
Okay.
And yeah, you move around from place to place, investigating things and trying to figure it out. And it's you can finish the game anywhere between 10 and 20 hours.
Okay.
And it feels like reading a really good fantasy novel.
Hell yeah.
That's like the highest praise I can give to it.
So it is, and maybe I missed it, I just blanked out. It is roguelike in
No.
okay. The card and the expiration, I'm like, this gives roguelike. So I had to look at that, but okay. I was like, damn, it might be a short roguelike for that. But yeah, 10, 12 sounds like solid for this. I'm watching the gameplay and seeing the like what feels like a Hades type move, right? Depending on like what skills you pick up, but also the deck building part is very unique. And I think it's one of those things where on paper, right? Like if this was just a trail that showed up, I would immediately be like, okay, it is a dungeon crawling roguelike. It looks like that, the dime a dozen thing. But hearing that it is more, I guess, linear narrative focus driven forward with the mix of, you know, you're mentioning The Witcher, the deck building portions, and the selecting between two cards for like your equipment, I think is really cool. This sounds dope.
It really is. As you can see, I'm really bad at this because this was the tutorial, and I'm dying and dying because I'm still figuring things out. The thing is, the game is pretty difficult.
Okay.
Even for people who are better equipped to play action games than I am, the game, like there is a tag on Steam that says that this is a difficult game, but without going into like Souls-like levels.
Cool.
And that's why I enjoyed this more. It's not just trying to be another, like, oh, we're so difficult, you're gonna die over and over and over again. No, if you like practice, you'll get the hang of this combat a bit quicker than the Souls-like, I guess. Combat feels a bit clunkier than something like Hades.
I could see it, yeah.
But it's still fun. Like I'm calling it the weakest part of the game, but like it's not a negative part of the game. It's just
serviceable.
Like my least favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you want, you can actually play it as a roguelike. That's right. I forgot to mention that. Because there is an endless mode, a dungeon crawling mode, where it's just combat and no story.
Okay.
But I would suggest playing the story mode because it's really well written. These characters are like really worth investing your time into. And yeah, the world building in this is really lovely. It reminded me of another indie game called Road Warden. I don't know.
Okay. I remember the name. Never really played it.
Yeah, that was a text-based game that also had some like hints of The Witcher to it.
Okay.
And the writing on that one was spectacular, and I feel like this game is of that same level.
There you go. Pull it up. Yeah, dude, I'm really fucking with what I feel like this plays like. Obviously, someone who hasn't gotten their hand on it yet. But yeah, it seems mindless isn't the word, but something I feel like I could just dive into and just go. And I think in my typical gameplay loop where I'm just like, cool, I have the game up, my other monitor's got a show or an anime or, you know, whatever I'm diving into at the time. And I'm just going in, killing stuff, shit, I died, run it back. You mentioned, so we were seeing the, you know, death in the tutorial and stuff like that. Is it like Celeste levels of, oops, you died, start this room over and just go again? You say, okay, cool. Because you're saying it was away from the Souls-like of, I always have the nightmare of Demon Souls where I'm like, I died, back to that fucking fountain again, man, all the way at the beginning of the level. And I like, one of the things I hated them.
You start in the same room in the dungeon.
Perfect.
Like you can see on the right upper corner.
Oh, okay.
It has like this map of where each room connects.
Hell yeah.
As you have like in games like Darkest Dungeon and stuff like that. So that's how you know where to go. And it's like each time you die, you respawn in the same area. You don't go back to the first area.
Okay. That's sick as hell, dude. I'm okay. This is a wish list one. This is going on the wish list.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like interested in any way, there is a demo still available.
Hell yeah.
If you want to like find out if the gameplay really suits you or not. I think it's a really good game. Is this gonna be like top 10 of the year? Not for me.
Okay.
But it's gonna be an honorable mention for sure.
There you go. I was trying to pull up something here on my phone to see, and these stats are absolutely incorrect, so I can't go by that.
No.
But sick. I'm definitely interested in seeing this one. Yeah, I could see it not being in that game of the year conversation, but It seems like it'd be a fun one that like, as I work on getting back to doing like, you want games like blank? Well, check these out. Like this seems like one that a lot of people wouldn't have heard about. And I'd be like, Tofr showed it to me. It looks really cool. I say, check it out. So yeah. I think it looks fun.
I've seen plenty of people on Steam also saying that it's like a really good Steam Deck game.
Ooh, okay. That sounds like a vibe.
Yeah.
My Steam Deck's upstairs. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, Willowguard. It's dude, is it just, I assume just Steam at this moment? I don't know if you know anything about console versions anywhere.
Steam.
Okay. Cool.
Steam.
We fucks with it. Boom. Then it's my turn.
Yes, and I am very curious.
This is what I was trying to pull up my phone. I wanted to see my hours. My phone says I've played 3 hours, and that is not correct. That is absolutely low. That is not correct.
Yes, but does that sometimes.
I have been playing Blueprints. This was a game that both of us were excited for. We've seen the trailers, like, this is going to be a fun one. I can't wait. And then those who got review copies have been screaming about how great this game is, how fantastic it is, how fun the loop is. And I cannot disagree with anything that I've heard. I am having such a good time in Blueprints. Nice. I can say that I disappointment's not a word to have in this conversation. I don't know what word I would use. I can't say I am absolutely infatuated and in love with this game the way I am seeing other people love this game. I think I might be really funny because it's GameSpot and we mentioned them in the episode. I think it's a GameSpot short where they mention like, I've had like 80 hours in this game. I lost my save and I just started over and I did it again. And then like I didn't want to put it down. And I think that's very fitting for how this game works. It is one of those unique type of roguelikes that is it's not the Hades, it's not the Binding of Isaac, but it has that gameplay loop of, I get it. I understand what I have to do, even though it's so dramatically different from what like your typical roguelike is. This builds on that in a very peaceful, relaxing, walking sim kind of way. And I really like that. It's really cool. So for anyone unfamiliar, Blueprints is this first-person puzzle roguelike where you go to this mansion that's basically been cleared out, and the way it works is you have a step counter. You get 50 steps at the start of your day. Every time you enter a new room, it counts as a step. So that was my fear at first. It was every actual step. No, each departure into a new part of the house is a step. So if you start in the foyer, you'll find the note of like, hey, welcome to the house, explore, do whatever. You have 3. There's a door, your left, your right, and forward. You pick a door. Once you open the door, you get like not a deck builder, but that deck builder, like, here are the 3 cards. Which one do you want to take? And you can put the garage, you could put the boiler room, you can put the breaker room, like you'll have this list of things, but you start with just a small selection. And as you progress, you'll be like, oh, I got to the kitchen. And if I buy this thing that's worth $8 this round, I can get the main dining hall or something like that. Or like you unlock more rooms as you do things in the house. And then most of the rooms have either their own type of puzzle or they have this room will always have gems in it, which you use to sometimes buy more expensive rooms. They have keys in them, which you'll have to use to unlock doors sometimes. They'll have coins, which you can use to buy stuff, or there's some rooms that will charge you money to enter every time you go through it. I think what came from this game was having to find my own pacing of which way am I going to go, and to the best of my abilities, how am I going to construct this house? Because you don't really get a say in what you get most of the time. Sometimes there are rooms where like, go in here, pick a book, and you get a room of these colors. It's purple, red, blue, orange, and green, I think. There might be yellow, I forget. But like one of the first major rooms I picked is the parlor. Every time you go in the parlor, there's a note on the table that says, hey, we're playing that fun puzzle game you like. There's 3 chests in this room. Each chest has a note on it. One is definitely lying. One is definitely telling the truth. The other one could be either. So you get the note, you take the key, and then you walk over to the chest, right? And the chest, they all have like this first one I had. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm at a spot where I kind of get it, and then sometimes I don't. But the first chest is like, yo, the black box has the gems in it. You're like, okay, well, he said that. What'd the black box say? All 3 boxes are empty. I'm like, well, that can't be correct. That's got to be the lie. And then this box and the blue box are empty. So I think that one could be telling the truth, but I don't know. So each time you go in this room, you're like, okay, how do I tell who's telling the truth? And the notes don't tell you necessarily the true box has the gems or the lying box has the gems. You just know one's lying, one's telling the truth, and one could be either. Okay. But one of these boxes should have gems in them, right? But like, I know I've gone here before where someone's just like, there's only 3 boxes in this room. And I'm like, huh. So that tells me somewhere you've spawned in a random 4th box that I have to take account of. Where is it? And I'm looking in cabinets and like, there's not a lot to interact with in a lot of these rooms. Like, it is a lot of stationary furniture. You don't really fuck with anything other than like the tool or the puzzle that's in it. But like, I'll roam around. I'm like, could be you. It could be you. There's nothing. It is just 3. So I guess this one has to be lying. There is no 4th box. So it can't be this. But also, that doesn't mean you don't have the gems. And like, the gems aren't necessary for you to complete a run. I say this as someone who has not completed a run. I've gotten to the end of the map, but I've not unlocked it because you need another room to activate the room. So it's very like luck of the draw roguelike like that. Yeah. But this is just like one of the puzzle rooms where I'm like, interesting. Every time I know I got to come in here, and if I get the thing right, I get some gems, which will help me afford a better room somewhere down the line, which is great. And then I'm thinking just you find the greenhouse, which I think I was like, I don't know what to do in here, I guess. But sometimes they'll be like, oh, because you entered here, every time you enter, you'll earn an extra. This is actually bedrooms. I'm trying to think. I think green room is something about gems, but like you'll find a bedroom and the master bedroom's like every time you enter a bedroom, you'll like regain a number of footsteps for this run and whatever. Each of these rooms introduces like a new thing that may not necessarily be the biggest and, grand scale game changing event. But they give you a new way to realize how this game functions. Like here you can see I'm staring at this map where I'm like, I think I've ended my run. I cannot progress because all 3 of my paths lead to paths that end. So like there is no more hallway to go further up the room. So you can just walk around, explore a little bit more and just run out of steps, which will just automatically end your run. Or you can just go in the menu, call it a day, and you'll just go to sleep, start fresh with a brand new house, which again will give you 3 more random rooms at each of the doors you pick. And your whole goal is to get to the end of the house and find like the 46th room. I think it's the antechamber, which is like the end of the house right now. But you need to have the breaker room, I think, that activates one thing and then another room will open the doors to that. I've gotten into the room, but I did not have whatever I needed to progress. So I wandered around until I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done. But there's also stuff outside of the house, which I think people should definitely explore. There are still like rooms. They like dissect, like this path will go into this area, which counts as a footstep, but is a lot more open. But there are semi-permanent upgrades that you'll find. You go to like the apple orchard, which is locked behind like a keypad or like a 4-number like lock. And somewhere in the house is a note or a secret that tells you what that code was. I guess cover your ears for 10 seconds if you don't want to know. But there's a magnifying glass. You find the magnifying glass, you get to the dark room where you're taking photographs. If you get to the dark room, you find out the lights are off. So you need the breaker room to turn the lights on so you can find the photo, take the magnifying glass, look at this picture of the orchard. In the tree, in the picture, is carved in the password. And that's how you get into the orchard. So it's a lot of that from time to time.
Damn.
I have my current notebook, which everyone else was doing. Mine is nowhere near as full as some other people's. Sorry, I'm trying to show you, but like, I have some of the notes here, right? Where I'm like, I found the safe code. When I found the safe, it wasn't what I needed. There was a separate safe code in a different room that I was able to open later, but I thought it was a different one. Somewhere there's a note that says blue memos are telling you the truth, red memos are telling you a lie. I didn't know if that was just that room or if that's the whole house, but it's written down. There's a word puzzle that takes place on a periodic table. And I'm like, okay, I wrote this all down and now I have the key action I have to do, but I don't necessarily know how and when I have to do this. So it is really fun to find and discover the shit in this house. It's just so everything, right? There's an observatory. There's the lavatory, which is just a bathroom, which I've yet to discover a purpose for this room. I've not found any items or anything. But there are also items you can find that make it that you find more items. There's a metal detector, which will find more coins and more keys. They spawn more in each of the rooms. you can find a blacksmith, I think is the name of the room. In there, you can combine 2 of your items together. I was able to combine my shovel and my metal detector, which made me find more keys, more coins, as well as I could use it to dig up spots in the house. Then I found a room that made the spots to dig up appear more often. So that whole run was me. I ended up the run with like 50 something coins because I was just finding stacks on stacks, and I found so many keys. I was able to open random chests that'll spawn in, which each of those have like a stack of 5 coins, and pick those up and everything. So I had this really great run, but I had bad rooms where I couldn't progress, and I was like, can I restart this run? Like, can Balatro has spoiled me with the like, let me copy the seed and try it again, where I'm like, can I do that? If I close the game and restart, will I have the same seed? Can I try again? But the game is super fun. I am excited. I want to finish it. I don't know how possible that seems. I can see myself getting lost in there's too much to happen, and I might just not see it through, but I would like to. But it's stellar, dude. I can't sit here and say in my gut, I feel like this is my Balatro for 2025. I can't tell the whole world they got to play this, because I could see the like puzzle part being a deterrent for a lot of people. Being like, I just kind of want to get to the end. I can't really figure out some of these things without just going to Google and like, how do I solve the puzzle here? And blah, 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 blah. But it is mystifying in a way to just find all this shit that should all do something, but I don't know for a fact that it all does, but it kind of has to, right? So I just keep track of it. It's really cool. It's dope.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I noticed someone on, I think it was in the Steam reviews, because like all the critics are raving about this game. It's getting, I think it's sat at 92% on Metacritic at one point.
I think Jacob put in redacted. Jacob McCourt had said something the other day about like it was a perfect game on Metacritic for a moment. Like it had like that 100 or something to the degree. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, but then I noticed the Steam reviews for a couple of days were stuck at mostly positive, and even now it only has 80% positive reviews. On Steam, but someone in the comments said something along the lines of, "If you want to appreciate this game, you have to be there 100% for both the roguelike elements and the puzzle elements." Yeah, because apparently a lot of people are just looking for a new roguelike with this one and not finding what they want. So I thought that was interesting to mention.
Yeah, I think in that regard, what I would, I don't know. I don't want to suggest to people to not play half the game. I think everything here is really fun, even when you're confused and not sure what to do. I think it's the thing of taking notes, and the next time you see that room, you're like, what did I miss last time? What fresh set of eyes? What did I not look at? But like I said, I know there's I want to say it's a GameSpot one. I had to look up one thing because the one question I wasn't understanding, so I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, they do have just guides of, oh, did you find the garage? Well, here are the things you're gonna need. You're gonna need to do this, that, and the other. Oh yeah, it was the garage I had to look up. Because there's a garage which can only spawn on, I think it's the left side of the house. It's the only way you can get into it, because it has an exit. There's a car in there. There's a note that says, hey, I'm tired of you showing up to work late. We got to really talk about your productivity. And when you get in there, you easily get 3 keys to unlock doors. But you can also open the garage door, which again, you need the breaker room to power on the garage, so you can press the button and open it. And then you can exit through there, which from the front of the house, there's a locked door you can't get in, like to the extra areas of the like courtyard. But when you go from the garage, you can unlock from the other side. So now at the start of every run, there's a new open area that gives you an outside room, which I've only explored maybe 5 of those rooms. There's just a singular spot that give you like more perks. So like one will give these rooms spawn more often, or whenever these rooms show up, you'll see these, or a new trading post where you find, I have this item, I can come here and I want to trade my metals detector for, I didn't have an item to trade, so I'm not really sure what all like the equivalent is for, I was going to say equivalent exchange, Fullmetal Alchemist. But yeah, you can trade items for other items and see like what works best for your kit in that run. I feel like if you genuinely want just the house exploration part and don't want to worry about the puzzles, I would pull up a guide and just, hey, I don't know what to do here. Likely what I'll end up doing is saying, hey, you need these other 14 things to do this, and that might frustrate you more. Yeah, but I would agree. You need to be in on the roguelike and the puzzle part.
Mhm.
I think it is a lot, though, of stepping back and being like, okay, I can't figure this out right now. I need to figure it out later, which I think sucks when you're on like a run of like, I need to move forward is the only way I can go, but I don't know how to do it. That's roguelikes, man. That's how they go. So
It sure is.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it's for everyone. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I started with this like, I don't see the absolute insane love 100% that I'm getting. Like, I don't see a world where this is below a 90. Like, after looking at these Metacritic scores for an hour and a half, but like, this game's awesome. This game's sick. I'm not screaming the praises like I did for Balatro last year of like, guys, everyone's got to check out Balatro. You got it. This game is addicting as shit. But it's on PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. Like, if you have either console, it's there. Like, you can play with it if you have the subscription, of course. So that both platforms have an easy-ish way to access it. I'm playing it through PlayStation Plus, and it's great. I'd say if you have the means, try it. If it looks interesting, wishlist, wait for a sale, or go pick it up on Steam too. Like, this game's dope. This game's really unique in that way, and I like it a lot.
Nice. I'm really eager now for next week's episode to see how this compares to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Yeah, that's gonna be
get
interesting.
into that next week.
Yeah, I gotta start Lorelei.
Same.
We got the South of Midnight podcast this week, and I got so much shit to play. But it's gonna be fun.
I get it.
We're gonna get through Wednesday with South of Midnight. Then it's all Lorelei. Everyone else came. Fuck off. Actually, oh shit, MonsterCon comes out next week.
Oh, it does.
It's okay. It's on Thursday next week, which is we're good. We're good. It'll be after the podcast. We're fine. We're fine, Lorelei. I got you, queen. But yes, Blueprints, really cool, and that it's blue space PRINCE. So it's the funny blueprints like a house, but also blueprints. Narratively, play the game. It'll make more sense. But yeah, it's really cool. I really enjoy what I've done so far. I'm excited to see how it ends. I guess there hasn't been a lot of narrative beats. Like there's the one cutscene that plays you enter the security room. Other than that, it's been a little bit more. Here are the notes, and like I'm not a big person on reading notes in games. This is one where the notes are relevant, so you're like, oh yes, I do need to see, like, this is what I gotta find, this is what I gotta do. So like that happened quite a bit of me being like, do I need to read this? Like there's a portfolio one in there somewhere, it's like 6 pages. I'm like, this might be important, but I don't want to read it, so I just kind of moved on. But very important. If you reading is probably pretty essential in this one, so get your notepad, write some stuff down, and play some Blueprints.
Hell yeah.
Timestamp, and I got to pull this one up. But Tofr, you played another demo here that I just okay.
I've had the demo for Blocks for Babies on my PC for like months now.
Okay.
So I finally decided, why not give it a try? This game is pretty simple. It's Tetris until it isn't.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden you're like switching gameplay up and you're going into like a kind of Doom clone.
Yeah.
Where you're shooting the blocks that are falling down instead of just like lining them up. And that's basically it. And it's fun, but there's not really that much more I can say about it. Like, it plays well.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if this is a game that I'll be investing a lot of time in.
Okay.
Like, it's fun to like see what they do with the story, because like for video viewers, you can see this character sometimes being on the screen, and they're like, oh, you want to play this game with me? And they're like really friendly, but maybe there's something more sinister going on. I don't know, because every time you go into Doom mode, apparently to them you just disappear.
Oh.
And they're like, where did you go? Well, it doesn't matter. Now we can continue playing. And it's just this contrast of like this really cutesy Tetris clone and then the Doom levels. It's fun. I'm hoping that it's not just a gimmick when the full game arrives. I will definitely be giving it a try, because it plays well as a Tetris game and it plays well as a Doom game. So
does it force you into one or the other? Is it more like, I beat this run of Tetris, now I cut back to Doom? Do you swap out based on like an event that occurs, or how does that play?
while you're playing the Tetris part, all of a sudden there's gonna be like a square on your screen, and it says to like you could see it in some of the flashes, the red square coming up, and it asks you to lock in on a region of your game board.
Okay.
And then the moment you do that, you switch to Doom mode.
Okay.
And then after a while, after shooting a certain number of blocks, you can choose to go back to Tetris mode, and then the blocks that you've shot are gone, but other blocks will be there instead. So your Tetris game is going to be completely different from when you left it.
That's so cool. We talked about this. I forget if it was just Next Fest or like it just came up at some point. I know we've talked about the game before, but
I think it was in the what was it called? The showcase for games that didn't have the budget to be on the
Yes.
Game
Okay.
Award.
Yes. That sounds right.
That one.
Okay. Dude, I'm not a big Tetris guy. Like Tetris 99 is kind of was like, oh, I get Tetris. I kind of feel it, but like I still don't really play Tetris like that. I'm much more of a match 3 kind of guy. Weird.
What are you saying?
Listen, Tetris is great. Tetris is fun. I just, I have other puzzle block dropping games I would prefer the format of. But I'm a sucker for.
Can you see that?
Young and young, it just means the best. You know what I'm saying?
I've had this cartridge for over 30 years. This cartridge is older than you are.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, I was gonna go a direction. We're not gonna do that. Anyway. Anytime.
Your elders, Danny.
Of course. But no, seeing the fun mix, like games that do 2 things really well, and that's all I need. 3 is fine, but like if you're like, we did 2 things, we did the Tetris part and we did the Doom part really well. Like it looks great. I'm excited hearing you talk about it. Like this looks fun. I like the kiddie, like childhood kindergarten, like there's the point here in the trailer. It's like, which one's the triangle? You did it. And you just keep clicking like, okay, it's enough. Stop. Where I'm like, okay, there's going to be the adult humor, or like maybe not raunchy. Oh, pee pee poo poo. That's super raunchy, like anything stupid like that. But like, straight edge, baby.
I want raunchy times with you now.
But no, this like I love everything I'm seeing in this. This is such a I think I have it wishlisted. I think I would have wishlisted it last time. Yeah.
I just hope that the main character you see there, they're like so cutesy. It reminds me of It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Or the princess.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that nothing terrible like that happens to this character.
Cutie.
No.
Bye, cutie. Hell yeah, dude. This looks sick. I'm very excited. I'm gonna download the demo here. Will I play it tonight? Probably not. I gotta play South of Midnight, but yeah, super excited for this one. Such a unique idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's no release date yet, though.
Available today, everybody. You're welcome. I fast forwarded the development process. I see Bunksoft. I don't know them for any. Is this their first? Yeah, looks like their first game. Okay. Hell yeah. So dope. So fucking dope. But timestamp, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we've been playing. It's almost 2 hours, so let's get rolling here real quick and talk about the indies releasing this week. We're talking the week of April 17th through April 23rd. First off, we've got White Knuckle on April 17th for PC and Early Access. Then we've got Tempopo on April 17th for Xbox, Switch, PC, and it's coming to Game Pass. Sacre Blue coming on April 15th for Switch and PC. We got Bionic Bay. This week's stacked. Bionic Bay coming April 17th for PlayStation and PC. We got Xenobreakers Classic Tower Defense on April 17th for PC. Tranquil Isle on April 18th for PC. Lost Skies on April 18th for PC and Early Access. Box number 341 on April 20th for PC. Another Crab's Treasure, Crab of the Year of the Crab DLC on April 21st for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Flibius McDougal and the Mysterious Flying Machine on April 21st for PC. Post Trauma looks like it's finally coming out. Knock on wood. April 21st for PC. 22nd?
Maybe I should check if that's still correct.
I just know it's been delayed 3 times, I think. So I'm hoping
it still says April 22nd.
Okay, cool. I think I read it. So Post Trauma, April 22nd for PlayStation, Xbox, PC. Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 coming on April 23rd for PC. Steel Seed on April 22nd for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Once Upon a Puppet on April 23rd for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Sunderfolk on April 23rd for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And then Old Skies on April 23rd for Switch and PC.
Here's what I found on the web.
I wasn't talking to you.
I thought I forgot something.
No, my phone. What did you hear me say?
Oh no.
It heard me. It heard Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC, and then old. It got me saying a lot. It read all the way back to post trauma. So it read for me saying post trauma, and then everything I read after that was just like, okay, let me Google that for you. That's funny.
Nice.
But yes, anything on here you're screaming excited, tantalized about?
I'm really excited to play Tampopo, which is the new game by the devs of Unpacking.
Yep.
I'm also curious to see what Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 will be. Because that's the newest by, what's their name?
Strange Scaffold.
Strange Scaffold, yeah.
Yep, that one looks cool. It's the funny bit of like, it's the third in a series that doesn't exist, right? I missed two of these games. Okay. That's great. I was like, are these two of these games I haven't heard of before?
Nope.
I'm very excited for that one. I am looking forward to Bionic Bay. I don't know if I'm going to get to play it right away, but that's a cool platformer where like you switch items on the fly. So it's a lot like fast reflexes and shit. That one looks really cool. I don't know if I'll get back into another Crab's Treasure at this point. Like I would like to, but
You're so good at it, Danny.
Listen, I platinum that bitch, dog. Let's go. I love another Crab's Treasure. It's a fun game. I just new games, you know. I do need to figure out what the fuck Flibius McDougal is.
It looks cute, actually.
Flibius McDougal and the Flying Machine.
An adventure
Oh
puzzle
my
game.
god, what the fuck is this? It's really cute.
Isn't it?
I thought it was gonna be like a goofy, ugly game.
No.
Look at it. Oh my god, the animations are so nice. Is it a platformer? What is it? It's a turtle. He's so cute. He's happy. He got a letter from someone. I don't know. The audio's off, team. I'm pantomiming what's happening. He might be reading. Oh, he fell down the stairs. No, McDougal.
Oh, no.
What's your game? It's a boat. You getting stuff?
I think it's mostly walking around your island.
Okay. So it looks very short hike. I don't know what other game I'm thinking of right now. It's really cute. Oh, this is better than I could have hoped.
Yeah.
That is cute. Oh, little scarecrow, a pumpkin. Okay, yeah, I'm excited for McFlugel McDougal, whatever his name was.
It's by the same people who did Hadley's Run, a Starship Saga.
I know the name. Why do I not? I can't picture that game. Yeah, I've never played this one. I don't know what this one is. Cressy. That's cute. That's really cute. Cute. Excited for that one. Cute. But yeah, guys, let us know what games you're gonna play this week. Whilst I just closed Steam, I didn't mean to do that because I need to pull up my indie highlight for the week. The part of the show where we either talk about your guys' favorite indie games if they're written in, but normally we you guys kind of covered everything you want to play. So we talk about an indie that needs a little more love it on the screen. And since we just talked about a Doom clone, let me hit you with another one. Wizordum, bruh. This shit's fire. I got an early access key back when chapter 2 dropped. It's still in early access, but the final chapter just came out last month. I don't know what is left in like the early access state. But yeah, if you're fans of like the classic Wolfensteins and Dooms, it's very much like those. You're playing as a wizard. You're picking up new spells as the chapters go. A lot of them have like combo moves, like one of my favorite ones with the ice staff, which I think you get in chapter 2. You can like freeze enemies and then you can like crush your fist and it'll like shatter anything that's been turned to ice. There's some levels where you like mount a giant rat and you can run around the map and like dodge people. You're running room to room, collecting chests and loot and gold and everything. Like it is really fun. I haven't fully committed to playing through. I got to play through chapter 2 at PAX behind closed doors before the chapter dropped. Before putting it down today to talk about it, I didn't know chapter 3 was even out. So the final episode is out. You can finish the story if you want to play through.
It's not out yet, apparently.
Oh, is it
I
not?
just checked.
I think
No,
the trailer said March 5th, so it might change.
Yeah, but it got a couple of delays.
Okay.
And now the 1.0 release with episode 3 is April 29th.
Okay, so next
Close.
2 week-ish. I don't know what time it is. Yeah. Wizordum is really cool. I love the visual style. I love the gameplay loop. It is a lot of the picking up ammo as you're fighting. So yeah, again, Doom, Wolfenstein. If you're at home with those, very similar. Just a modern take. And if you like wizards and there's a mace, you can smack people too. If you like hitting shit. So
Nice.
yeah, guys, check out Wizardum. It's a cool one.
I probably will, because I was there when the original Doom released.
I was there when the scriptures were
I
written.
was there. The year was 1962.
My first Doom was 2016. I like Doom's cool. Doom's cool. Dark Ages isn't. Oh my God, it's next month. It's not indie, but dude, new Doom.
Yep.
Let's fucking go. Can't wait.
Yep.
Very excited. But
Too many games, Danny.
Too many games. South of Midnight. We got fucking Lost Records coming out this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's already out now. But I'm not playing until Thursday here, but I guess. Oh, by the way, yeah, if you're watching this, the day it comes out, we're doing a sponsor stream tonight for Gooing Up. It's a precision platformer where you play as a little goo ball, and then once those 2 hours are up, we're gonna jump into Lost Records Rage Chapter 2, and I think the plan is to knock that out Thursday and Saturday. So. Be there, twitch.tv/CGDannyB, which is a great way to say, hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Tofr, little dinklers wanted to find you on the internet. Where would they go?
The easiest way is through my link tree, which is play nice kids in one word. And also, if you want my more articulate words, wow, what a time to stumble over my words. On Willow Guard, then you can find my thoughts over on so many games.co.uk.
There you go, baby. Now you got it. Guys, that's the episode. Again, let us know your Metacritic went, what games you playing this week. Listen to the podcast. Go play Lorelei for next week's episode. And if you're not, just listen to us talk about it. It's a good time. And that's that. Wrap it up. Put a pin in it. We're done, baby. See you guys next time. Mwah.